First one. All right. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time of your day to sit in for the orientation event. It is very much appreciated. So to start off the session, I would like to first start with an introduction of myself, our team members, and then we can move on to the training module. I am Neha. I am the marketing manager here at Extratech, and joining us in the session is Sojan as well. He is going to be your trainer and mentor for the course. So as you can see on the screen, in today's session, we will be discussing about Extratech's training program as a whole, very briefly, the course and course components, and of course, the program inclusions. And in the end, we are going to have a Q&A session as well. Not only this, we are going to be discussing in depth about the civil engineering field in Australia as well. So let's begin. Let's start with Extratech and the training program. So I will give you a very brief overview of the program and what it entails. To put it in short, Extratech was primarily established as a company that provided ICT education and job empowerment opportunities to international candidates, much like yourselves here in Australia. So the training aims to help candidates with a special focus on international candidates to successfully navigate the uncharted waters of the Australian and global job landscape. And since its establishment, the main goal was, and still is to help our enrolled students who are, mainly from countries like Nepal, India, Bhutan, Bangladesh, mainly Southeast Asian countries, to not waste their time, their effort in test and trial, but rather to directly connect them to results, which is ultimately have them successfully enter the job market. And since our establishment in 2019, our training program has helped like a significant number of candidates such as yourself successfully land entry-level jobs in the field of IT, accounting, and engineering. And as you can read in the slide, our success rate stands at more than 98%. And you can almost say like 100% success rate for civil engineering specifically. Now, let's expand a little bit about our primary goal. So one of our primary goal of Extratech's program is to help candidates successfully navigate the Australian job landscape and by default, the global job landscape without wasting your finances, your time, or your energy. Our program provides a direct beeline from point A to point B, point A being where you are, and point B being the job. Now, I know you may come across many other institutes or organizations or academic programs where they throw around the word taught by experts or taught by industry veterans, but then you spend your money and you enroll and you find out that the trainer actually is not an industry expert and only provides a very basic or surface level education. Now, as opposed to that, contrast that with Extratech, where all the courses are actually developed by industry veterans who can actually know the job landscape like the back of their hands and who have been active in the corporate landscape in Australia for many years. Our program is devised to take care of our candidates at every single aspect in both the practical training as well as behavior skills. So in other words, you can say that, you are going to be developing both the technical skills as well as behavior skills and become a good and valuable asset to the employers or companies who are looking to hire. Now, moving on to the training program. As you can see, it is usually a 10 to 14 weeks training program, but in this case, it is 8 weeks because the course duration of our civil engineering course is 8 weeks. So in essence, our training program has two major components by which it functions, as you can see on the screen. The first component is the course itself, in this case, the civil engineering course. And then the second component is career counseling. So how the program works is that once you enroll, you will do the 8 weeks practical training. Like I said, Sojan is your trainer and he will cover the practical training part of the presentation after me once I finish my slides. Then once you finish your 8 weeks training, you move on to the second one, which is career counseling. So in practical training, you will gain technical skills, obviously. But the overall aim of our program is to make you a good asset, and that includes behavior skills as well. As such, your behavior skill training is going to get covered in career counseling. Now, as you can see on screen, in the career counseling session, we will cover your resume building elements, your LinkedIn profile elements, We are also going to be conducting mock interview sessions and then help you with drafting professional and business emails. We understand that as international candidates here in Australia, definitely job landscape and the career marketplace is obviously different than the country we are from. It is definitely different than the job process back in Nepal or India, for example, and comparatively, it is much more difficult as well if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know how to navigate. I mean, nowadays, in the era of AI and automation in literally everything, we have to be at the forefront. But many of us, not being from Australia and not having first-hand experiences, we can face a lot of trial and error situations, and these mistakes can often cost us time. It can cost us money, which is very precious. So that is why career counseling part of our program is such an important part when it comes to breaching the job landscape. Because let's be honest, just having practical skill is not enough. We have to be able to sell yourself, What I mean to say is that everybody in some way, shape, or form is a salesperson at the end of the day. And if you don't possess at least some behavior skills, then you are not going to stand out in a very saturated talent pool. So that is why, to make sure that you are considered a good corporate asset, career counseling is one of the main unique selling points. And one of the major highlights that the career counseling component provides is that assistance is going to be given to you until they land the job. So in other words, no time limits. No matter how long it takes, or in our case, how short it takes, until you land the job, we are going to be helping you. Now let's take a look at some of the benefits of the program. So benefits of the 𝗘𝗿𝗶𝗶 program, number 1, live and personalized learning. So unlike pre-recorded courses on platforms like Udemy or Skillshare or even Domestika and stuff like that, our training program offers a very personalized attention and tailored learning experience. So what does this mean? This means that our trainer is going to adopt the content and the pace to suit your individual needs and provide a focused guidance based on your strengths and your weaknesses. So, let's be honest, not all of the students will be able to learn at an equal pace. Some might need guidance in one area, while others might need more guidance in other aspects of the training. But unlike back in schools or universities where everyone is taught and treated the same, and it is up to the students to figure out stuff by themselves, which, as a foreign candidate with English not as our first language, many of us used to face certain level of difficulty in this regard. But with Extratech training, this aspect is also taken into consideration. Like I said, personalized to suit your needs. It is also customized to suit your pace and your level of understanding. Now, you can make an argument that why not just pay for Udemy, why not just pay for Skillshare or other online learning platforms like that? But one of the backsides to that may be if you get stuck somewhere, you cannot ask the trainer because there is no trainer in such a situation. You are essentially paying for a recorded video. And if you get stuck somewhere, or if the real world circumstance is different than what is said in the recorded video, then basically you are stuck. You don't have anyone to ask or clear your doubts. You have to do all the other research by yourself to figure out the answers. And you have to do additional research to figure out how to navigate, which again is going to waste your time. It is going to waste your money. And on top of all of that is going to give you additional headache as well. But in our training, that negative point is completely eliminated. We have live sessions. In our live session, is going to allow you to directly interact with the trainer. You can ask questions, you can seek immediate clarifications and receive immediate feedback. So this sort of dynamic interaction is going to deepen your understanding of the subject matter and boost your learning process as well. And another benefit is on-the-spot problem solving. So the 𝗘𝗿𝗶𝗶 program or our training, you are going to encounter roadblocks and challenges while learning, but you can also quickly seek help from the trainer instantly. So this sort of instant support can save you time, it can save you frustration, and it is also going to enable you to process very smoothly throughout the material. Now let's see, number 2, both online and in-person attendance is available. So whether online classes are better than in-person classes or physical classes kind of depends on the individual preference and the specific circumstances. Both formats have their merits. In this case, both forms are available. In-person attendance is available for those candidates who are in the Capital Territory and can visit our office in Fyshwick. And for other candidates who want to join online, they can join online as well. And at the end of the classes, everyone is given access to the class recordings, so you can do revisions in your own time as well. And this one, number 3, 6 months leeway. So what this means is, if you join the course, but for whatever reason you cannot attend the course anymore, like for example, you have to fly back home, or you are sick maybe, or you have other obligations, whatever the reason may be, in these sorts of cases, you have the option of putting your account on hold for 3 to 6 months. And within this time frame, you can rejoin the course again without having to pay any sort of extra charges. Now, number 4, no program limitations. So this is perhaps one of the best benefits of the program. Like I said, no program limitations means that once you join the program, you will be under Extratech's wings until you land a job. This means that we are going to be helping you and guiding you until you land a job, no matter how long it takes. I mean, it doesn't take long once you get the training, but in a matter of speaking, however long it takes, we'll be helping you every step of the way. And number 5, course heavily focuses on real-world projects. So our training program emphasizes practical, hands-on learning through real-world projects instead of heavy theoretics. Unlike schools and universities, where you have to learn very in-depth theoretical subjects like history of mathematic formulas and trigonometry and stuff like that, our training program completely eliminates all of this fluff, and it only focuses on actual skills that are in demand in the job market. So this sort of approach is going to allow you to apply your knowledge in very simulated professional scenarios, which is going to prepare you for the challenges, and you will actually encounter, what I mean to say is, this is going to prepare you for challenges that you will actually encounter in your careers in real time. So there is no heavy focus on theoretical knowledge like universities, and instead our training will entirely focus on real world simulated scenarios, which reduces the burden of heavy theoretical learning. So essentially it's like going from one job to the next. You can see it like that as well. And then number 6, finally, like I said, you will be provided with the recordings of each class so that you can revise at your pace according to your preferred time as well. Now, we are going to the most important part of the presentation. Now, speaking about potential job opportunities of civil engineering in Australia, it is experiencing a robust growth, which is driven by major infrastructure investments and ongoing urban developments. And the sector of civil engineering also adds about 4,000 new jobs each year, according to my research that I did while I was preparing for this presentation. So this clearly reflects a very strong and sustainable demand for professionals in this field. Civil engineers are in very high demand across Australia, especially in specialized roles, such as you can see, geotechnical engineering, like quantity surveying, structural engineering, and transport engineering. And across Australia, as you can see here, the demand for civil engineering also varies by state and territory, which is very closely linked to the scale and scope of ongoing infrastructure projects. In New South Wales, for example, and in Victoria, they show a very high demand, which is driven by massive developments such as the Sydney Metro, the Western Sydney Airport, the Melbourne Metro Tunnel, and also the Suburban Rail Loop. And then in Queensland, there is also a very high demand as well, which is fueled by the infrastructure boom and the preparations for the 2032 Olympics. And in Western Australia, major investments in regional roads and mining infrastructure is also contributing, to a similarly very high demand. And in New South Wales, it is also maintaining a moderate to high level of demand, which is thanks to the ongoing urban renewal and transport upgrade initiatives, especially in Adelaide. And in ACT and Tasmania, they show a moderate demand, which is mainly supported by projects like the Canberra Light Rail and regional bridge works. And lastly, in the Northern Territory, they see like a low to moderate demand, but they still have some sort of demand there, which is basically attributed to smaller scale infrastructure efforts, which is shaping the marketplace in these areas. Now, civil engineering, is among one of the highest paid engineering fields in Australia, especially for experienced professionals who are involved in large scale infrastructure projects. And the sector is also expected to grow by 10% over the next 5 years. So it provides a very strong prospect for career advancements and skill development. And moreover, the sector is also supported by ongoing government and private investments in infrastructure as well, which ensures that there is a continued job creation and sustainability in this sector. Now, we will be talking a little bit about why to choose Extratech. Now, obviously, you can say that there are tons of free YouTube courses, tons of Domestika courses, Udemy courses, even Skillshare courses. So in light of all of this, why you should even bother with Extratech, which is a good question. Now, let's answer this question about why Extratech is the best. Number one, the curriculum is created by industry veterans. Okay, so bringing it all back full circle, our course is designed by experienced industry professionals who have in-depth knowledge of the field. So the main advantage of this is going to ensure that the program covers only the relevant and up-to-date topics, which is going to be providing you with practical skills and knowledge that are in demand in the job marketplace at present. Number two, the principal foundation of the program is to help international candidates. So, like I said, the program's core mission is to support you. Like, we acknowledge the very unique challenges you might face in job hunting and adapting to a new working environment. Like, obviously, international hiring process is completely different to the local job hunting process. Interview and meeting is even harder. And as international candidates, navigating all of this can be super difficult. So in light of all this, let me just give you a quick story about our CEO, 𝗬𝗏 Kunwar, like Binodji. He's the CEO of Extratech. And when he first started in Australia, he used to tell us that, he could not find a job in the IT sector. And he gave like hundreds of interviews and he didn't used to get even one call back. And after all of this, he was also working in the housekeeping sector as well. But with hard work, nothing is impossible. And right now, Binodji is a leading pioneer in the Extratech Oval International Cricket Stadium construction in Nepal, along with being the CEO of Extratech here in Australia as well. So why I'm telling you this story is because, I want our students who are all mainly international candidates here in Australia. Some are from Nepal, some are from India, some are from Bangladesh, some are from Bhutan, majority from Southeast Asia. I want them to know that, even if things are difficult, with our right guidance, you can definitely enter the job market, not only in IT, but in civil engineering as well. And you can start earning a very lucrative salary. Our entire focus of the training is that we tailor our teaching services to address the specific needs of international students or professionals. Now, next one, help and guidance until the candidate lands a job. So, unlike some other learning platforms, our program goes beyond just providing education. We offer ongoing support and guidance throughout the job search process. And after you learn all the necessary skills, we are going to help you with correctly answering the technical questions as well that these Australian HR people ask. We will guide you on what to say, how to say it, how to update your resume with AI optimization, how to brand your LinkedIn profile to make you the best candidate among the pool of other candidates. Next one, it is a great choice to build networks. So our program provides opportunities to interact with instructors, mentors, fellow participants. So building networks during this course can also open the doors to potential job opportunities and collaborations and professional growth as well. Next one, ample flexibility and cooperation. So our program is designed to accommodate the very busy schedules of our candidates. And with flexible learning options, you can balance your studies with other commitments as well. And additionally, cooperation from instructors and support staff also ensures that you are going to have a very positive learning experience with us. Now, next one, charitable causes. So you know how most of the other institutes are mainly for-profit? I mean, Extratech is also for-profit to some extent, obviously, but Extratech is also very heavily involved with charitable causes, especially back in Nepal. We have been involved with the donations to various local temples and community causes since our establishment. And one of the main through line of this is the ongoing construction of the Extratech Oval International Cricket Stadium in Rupandehi in Nepal, as you can see. You might have heard about it on the news or read about it as well. It has been about 2 years or so since the construction started, and 100% of the funds from our training program directly goes into this project. Now, because our students are basically, indirectly funding the project through our training, we have a certain privilege ticket scheme as well, exclusively for our students when it comes to the cricket stadium, but this is underway at the moment. So what I mean to say is you will be given certain privilege space in the future because of your contribution through the enrollment funding. So
Yeah.
yeah, what I mean to say is, once you enroll, you will become a part of this cause as well at the moment. So all of the funding directly goes here into the charitable causes as well. Okay. So another reason why Extratech is kind of like the best choice when it comes to getting the training is because like we are the OG, the OG stands for the original. So what I mean by this is that Extratech is actually the pioneer in skill training for international candidates in Australia. And it is only after Extratech that other copycat institutions started to pop up later on. So I'm not going to name any names, but there are other institutes out there who are actually, who actually have teachers or trainers who actually graduated from Extratech and then they went on to start their own training. So now the question is, do you want a trainer like Sojan, who is an actual industry veteran, who has years of on-hand market experience, or do you want a trainer who doesn't even have 2 years of actual industry experience? Obviously, best choice is always going to be the original, and Extratech is the original. So we have many training graduates and alumni as well who have landed the job after our training and who are now in senior positions as well. So if you go to our social media, like our Facebook and Instagram pages, and if you scroll down our profile, you can see many success stories of our students who have like landed jobs and they have landed entry-level positions after the training completion as well. And finally, ET Recruitment. So we also have a sister company as well. It's called ET Recruitment, which is a recruitment agency. So we actually have an advantage because of this, as our recruitment agency has a very large network of employer and company networks who want to hire the candidates or who have open vacancies. So now, obviously, when we present the candidates to these open vacancies, we are going to prioritize our students first. Software or tools you'll be needing for the class. We will be using Microsoft Teams. So it's kind of like WhatsApp. You can share files, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can.
sorry. Yeah, it kind of says my internet connection is a little bit dodgy, so I was wondering. So yeah, we'll be using Microsoft Teams and AMS. Microsoft Teams essentially it's just like WhatsApp. So once you enroll, all of you are going to get grouped into a Microsoft Teams chat group. Like it's free to download. And then after that, you're going to be using the AMS. So AMS stands for the Academic Management System. So once you enroll in the course, you'll be provided with the credentials to the Academic Management System portal. And then over there, you can access the class recordings, you can access the course resources and all the materials like this over here. This is the class thought and schedule. We can come back to this later on once Sojan kind of presents his in-depth information on the training, and then we can come back to this. And these are some of the frequently asked questions as well. We will be having a Q&A session after the presentation is kind of over. So we can revisit the slides again later on. But for now, I think I will be handing over the presentation to Sojan, and he will cover the training part of the orientation as well right now. Okay. Okay, I think I'll be sharing the screen again, but Sojan will be presenting.
Right.
So which one should I be presenting the first?
Yeah, so I just don't. Yeah, that's good. Just give me a sec. Let's go
Will you
with
be
that.
able to present, or should I share the screen?
Yeah, can you share the screen, please? Yeah. So can you share that civil job radio orientation program? Yeah.
Okay,
Third
yes.
one. Yeah, just don't want to bore everyone with, all these presentation slide again and again. So you can go down. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, just want to welcome everyone. Thanks for coming in and joining here. And I see your enthusiasm. I want to help everyone as well as, g- get their jobs as well, like, bridge the gap between, what industry needs and what you learned, So I'm trying to do that, and I've helped a lot of students as well, and I want to in my coming days as well. So we'll be learning most hands-on training like software skills, project management skills, surveying skills, and also enhance our personal communication as well as soft skills, basically. Yeah. Thank you. Next place, please. So yeah, what softwares? I just want to give you a quick rundown of what softwares we use, and then after that we can go to practical things, what looks like in the industry, So first of all, software modules, what we'll be learning is 12D. So 12D, what 12D is, 12D is a design software mostly used in Australia. Okay, so that's a design software where we design structural systems as well as civil systems, infrastructure designs, structural designs, you name it. 12D is a very powerful software, and it was developed in Australia itself. So that's why it's widely used in Australia. So yeah, we'll be learning about that. And also another software named is Civil Site Design. That's also a design software similar to 12D, just to get into the industries. Different industries might use different softwares. That's why I want to give you understanding of all those softwares. So what those software does is, we basically, just a quick overview, just in those softwares we learn about road alignments, drainage, volume calculations, cut and fill, all those kind of things. Okay, and the next one is Civil 3D. Civil 3D is also a design software, but we mostly use it now in Australia for earthworks and surface modeling, DTMs. Okay, so we'll be using pipe networks, cross sections, surfaces as well. So you have an idea of Civil 3D as well. So the next one is Revit. Revit is mostly related to structural and BIM modeling. So we'll be learning more about structural and BIM models from Revit. And the last one is AutoCAD. AutoCAD is, as most of you guys know, AutoCAD is a drafting software. You can use it for design as well, but nowadays nobody uses AutoCAD as design. So it's mostly used as drafting software, and it helps in preparing plans and sections, as well as it helps in preparing, elevation views and all those other things. So yeah, so there are examples. I just want to give examples of what type of projects we'll be doing. So we'll be doing hands-on projects, like we'll be doing the projects which I've dealt with in my daily life, as well as, the surroundings, the peers whom I have connection with, they have dealt with. So road design is the first one. Obviously, road design is a major thing in Australia, and we need to know about design standards and, alignment profiles, cross sections. So we'll be learning about that. Subdivisions layout, like, just as infrastructure boom in Australia is happening, so we want to know about the subdivision layouts, how the subdivision works, how roads and drainages works in there. So we'll have brief introduction and a bit of project overview on there. And then the next one is drainage network. So mostly about stormwater design. So hydraulic grade lines, stormwater designs, ARR, Australian rainfall and runoff, all those kind of details we'll be learning on there. So one of the projects will be related to drainage network. The next one is Revit model. So we'll be doing a single story house in Revit models, and prepare a 3D model as well. In AutoCAD, we'll just learn basics of drafting. I guess AutoCAD is so easy that, I guess most of you guys probably know, or if you don't know, don't worry about it. Like, it's very easy to learn, as well as it's really useful. So we'll be learning on that. Yes. And then project management modules. So I'll be teaching you, like, cause this is the basics of project management. So I'll be teaching you a bit theoretical knowledge as well as practical on project management. The first one is work breakdown structures, how a work breakdown structure works. project scheduling, Gantt charts, what are those, cost estimation, resource planning, and how you can communicate and report using PMBOK guidelines. So PMBOK guidelines is mostly used in Australia for project management guidelines, and we'll be learning about that. Okay, and surveying model. So we won't be physically using total station and GPS, but I'll because obviously we don't have that gear on site. But I'll be teaching you basics of that so you have an understanding of surveying. As a civil engineer, you need to understand basics of surveying as well. So not as a surveyor, you need to know how to use total station and GPS, but as a civil engineer, you need to know the concepts, So we'll be learning about concepts, how you can set out, how you can level, how you can gather survey data, what sort of surveying techniques and guides, Australia uses, how to create surfaces out of out of points, other break lines and all those sort of things. Okay. Yeah. So moving on, we'll also be doing like a final project, which includes most of the things like road design, drainage design, subdivision layout. It won't include structural, obviously. So this is civil side, and then in structural side, it'll be one-story house. We'll be doing that, and I think it'll give you an idea of how an industry works and what they expect from you, and how a design process works, as well as how construction, like how from a design point of view, how construction happens, so that sort of thing there. And career pathways, as most of you guys would have known. So what career pathways you can get from this course is graduate civil engineer. Obviously, as a graduate, if you're a fresh graduate, you apply in that, and I think this kind of this course will help you a lot to understand that basic concepts. And when you go into the job itself, you'll be more confident, as well as in the interview as well, So yeah, that there. And design and drafting engineers, learn about draftings and design standards there. Site engineers, as we learn about project management and PMBOK guidelines, site engineers will really use that. And then project coordinator. So it's all about coordinating projects, budget allocations, resource allocations. We'll be learning that. BIM modeler. As Revit user, if you're interested in structural, you can also apply for BIM modeler, where you can, BIM full form is building information modeling. So you can use that to estimate the cost of the buildings and all this. So yeah, all the durations, intake starts as, as Neha has explained. We'll be going through that more in detail later on. Okay, but yeah, I think this training program will help you a lot, and I want to bridge that gap between your theory knowledge as well as practical knowledge, So yeah, let's get together and use it. So just wanted to give you a rundown, but I'll explain a bit more on practical examples. So if Neha, if you could open up one there. So if you could go back, sorry, if you zoom out a bit, sorry.
Which
Yeah,
one?
it's oh, I didn't send that, is it? Now there was a civil engineering plan. You can, was there one
Okay.
file? Can you check? There was one file, I
Civil
guess.
engineering, civil engineering
No, not that one. Sorry,
presentation.
civil engineering.
Okay, give me a
It was
second.
a,
Yeah, give me a second.
yeah, that's all right. Just give me.
So what is it called? Is it called like Australian standard? Uh,
Civil
B
engineering drawings. There was a drawing there. Is Have you got it yet or no?
plumbing and drainage?
No, civil engineering drawings. Did you get that one?
No, I don't think I have that one.
That's all right. That's all right. You can open that plumbing and drainage. I'll explain about that, and then in the meantime, I'll send you the other one. Okay. Just give me a
Okay.
sec.
Drainage and road
Plumbing.
terminologies. Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right.
That'd be good. Thank you for that. In the meantime, I'm just sending it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Okay, that's fine. So we want to learn a bit more practical knowledge. Okay, so here this is all about hydrology and stormwater characteristics. These notes I've prepared because I've done a lot of classes here. I've prepared, notes for you guys so I can share to you so you can, kind of have it in handy and use it for your interview preparation as well as in your job itself. Okay, so here we'll just go briefly on some terminologies, if you guys don't know about. So especially in road design and stormwater drainage design, so these are the terminologies used. So catchment area, obviously what's catchment area? Catchment area is a area where there will be a low point, specific low point where it drains, so that's an area where it has a lowest point where water will drain, basically. So that's a catchment area. Runoff, basically, what runoff is when like when a water flows on the land surface, instead of going inside the soil, infiltrating the ground, or going seepage inside the soil. So it helps in the flow, like it helps calculation of flow. So that's what's called runoff. Okay, so basically runoff is calculated from the rainfall intensity, land use, and soil type. And impervious surface is a type of surface where water can't infiltrate, so basically a concrete surface, road, parking lots, all those kind of surface is impervious surface. And basically water runoff is a lot more in impervious surface. Okay, and what's pervious surface? Pervious surface, obviously, it's like a opposite of impervious, where water seeps into, like a soil. If you pour water inside a soil or a sand, the water gets inside there. So that's what's called pervious surface. And time of concentration. What is time of concentration? The time it takes from the highest point in a catchment to get to that lowest point. So that time is called time of concentration. Design storm. So that means what type of, like, let's say, I'll just give you a easy kind of process. So let's say design storm is like, normally it's 1 in 100 year storm. So that means like uh, one storm happens in 100 years, basically. Okay. Yeah. So, oh yeah, that's all right. I'll just explain this and we can go on this engineering drawing. Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, so design storm basically means like 1% probability of having that storm. Okay, normally before it was 1 in 100 years, but now it's 1% AEP. That means 1% probability of having that much rainfall. Okay, so we have to, assume that that much rainfall will happen and design accordingly. Okay, so that's what it is. And peak flow. Peak flow means what's the maximum flow happening in a storm event. Okay, so yeah, those type of things. And hydraulic components, a bit about hydraulic components. Conduits, I guess a lot of people know about conduits. It's a pipe channel, or other kind of structures which helps in moving water. And culvert is a type of channel or a pipe. It might be a pipe or a box culvert, or even different types of culvert, but it helps in channeling water under a road or a bridge, railway line, you name it. Okay, so without obstruction, basically you're channeling the water. Okay, and sewer. What's sewer? Most of you know, like, it's an underground pipe where it carries all the wastewater. Even it carries stormwater sometimes. Okay, so yeah, it's categorized in different sectors. So sanitary sewer, storm sewer, and combined sewer. It explains with the name there. Inlet. What's inlet? So inlet is like place where water flows inside. So inlet is like a pit where water flows inside and it channels through in an outlet. Okay. And catch basins. It's type of a sump which helps in trapping all these sediments, debris, leaves and twigs and all the solid materials before water enters into the drainage system. Manhole, probably you might have seen a lot of manholes, like a round structure on the road, around round structures on the road there, or maybe on the side of the road, footpath or something like that. So it's an access point. Basically, it helps in inspection, cleaning, and maintenance. Okay. So yeah, these are just a quick examples. I don't want to go through all of them because there is a lot of them. And obviously I'll provide this, I'll explain more on this as well. But what we can do is we can go into that drawings there, and then I'll just quickly show you how it looks like, so basically how design and drafting looks like as well. So this is a subdivision layout. Okay, so this is a new subdivision layout where greenfield area, like where different lots are built in a greenfield area. So greenfield area means an area where nothing is there, it's just grass. Okay, so yeah, if you go down, so we can see here there are a couple of notes here. So first page is cover page and second page is notes page. So you can see notes regarding the project itself. Okay, and if you go down a bit, and there are abbreviations, legends. Okay, so these are legends, right? So it explains about what the lines, what the lines means, what the labels mean, and all this. Okay, so here in the third page, it explains about the layout. This is basically the general layout, so like it's divided into different stage. So each stage is built at different time, so that's why you can't build everything at once. So that's why it's staged in different um, numbers, and you build it in different time as well as design in different time. Okay. So yeah, that stage plan. So this is existing layout. So this is a survey plan. So basically you get all these survey data from here. Okay. So you can see there trees there, existing buildings there, the contour lines you can see there, so yeah, it gives you an idea of what's existing there and how you can build new things there. Okay, so if you go in the next page, so this gives you a cut and fill. So this gives you cut and fill area, so it gives you cut and fill. Yeah, cotton field volumes. So you can see there the color there. So color represents the depth. Yeah, so upper value and lower value. So according to that, like it's classified there, and you can see how total cut and total fill and then balance there, so yeah, those are the things there. Right, and if you go down, so this is the same page, cut and fill page, cut and fill page. If you scroll down, yeah. So this is a long section, please. Sorry, yeah, if you go a bit up. So this is a long section plan. So basically, you're getting a long section of a road itself or a section there, So this is yeah. So this is long section where you get all the details of the existing level and design level, and as well as the changes. Okay. Yeah, those are all the long sections. Go down. Yeah. Yeah, so that's also a type of long section. It shows you what's there, So for example, I'll just show one. Yeah, so for example, here you can see there the road is there, and then that's the detention basin, and there is another road there, So that's one type of long sections. Depending on different areas, there will be different long section, okay? Yeah, you scroll down, scroll down. Yeah, so this is just a road layout plan, okay? Yeah, this is just road layouts plan. Yeah, same here, road layouts plan. Yeah, same there. Yeah, you can scroll down. So this is a detention basin where basically for a subdivision, if you want to channel all your stormwater, like when a storm comes in, when rainfall happens, all the water will channel through into here, in this basin. So it can filter out naturally, and also it can be used as it can be used like different natural habitat can use it, like for example, trees, even animals and all those types. So this is a detention basin plan. So that's a cross section. Okay, here you can see this is a cross section plan. Basically, you're getting what if you view it from the middle, like you'll see how it looks. So basically you can see here, for example, for a road, so you can see how there is a 3% crossfall there, and there is a 3% another crossfall, travel lane, parking, carriageway, and there is a verge, and there is a path as well. So that's like a template, and it's also called a template, or it's called cross sections, and you apply these cross section to build the road. Okay. Yeah, if you scroll down, so that's a long section as well. This is a road long sections. Yeah, same as before, road long sections, road long sections. You'll see road long sections is how high or low the road is. Okay. So yeah, these are all the long sections, I think. And if you scroll down a bit, there will be, these are vehicle tracking. Okay. So yeah, this is vehicle tracking. That means like to get inside the road, like what type of vehicles can get inside the road, what type of, so each of these vehicles are different. Okay, so some might be bus, some might be just cars. So you have to check that before building a road as well. So you can't just build a road without fitting those vehicles in. So yeah, so that's why these vehicle trackings are very important. Okay, so yeah, you can scroll down a bit. Yeah. So this is a signage and line marking plan. So basically, you're informing about what signage goes in what road. So you can see there no stopping signs there, and then give way signs, line marking signs there. So this is basically a signage marking plan. Okay. Yeah, you can scroll down. You can scroll down a bit. Yeah. So over here, this is a catchment plan. So we talked about catchment before, right? So even here, you can see here, so that pink area and then that green area is different catchment. So pink area will be one catchment, and then green area is one catchment. You can see the arrows there where really water is flowing. So basically, we design in such a way that all the water flows down into that detention basin. In the top right corner, you can see there in the pink arrow, sorry, pink box. Yeah, so those are the detention basins. So all the water flows in there. So we design in such a way that all the water flows in there. And same goes with the green box. So green box basically goes into a pit, okay, near that area, and then it joins into that detention basin. Okay. So yeah, that's what a catchment area is. Okay. And if you go down, yeah, that's just a section of detention basin. So, yep. So same there, section of detention basin, how a detention basin looks, and what are the landscapes you need to put in, what are the details of the pits and pipes and all those details there. Discharge control pit details, basically details of detention basin. Okay. So yeah, same here as well. So yeah, if you go down. Yeah, you can go down. So those are just sediment and control plans. So these are all details, okay? So basically what's used in the field. So these are all the details of what's used in the field. So you can see that curb inlet pit there. So yes, those type of pits are used in the subdivision there itself, and what fences are used and what type of details are used, and you can see the details. So we have to provide that to contractors so that they can use those details and build accordingly. Yeah, so yeah, I think I just what I wanted to show you guys was just a rough overview of how a subdivision plan looks like. Maybe a lot of people might have not seen a proper plan. So this is a development application. So basically what development application means is like whenever you want to build something, okay? So you have to um apply to council, right? So you have to apply to council and give documents and information about what you want to build over there, right? So that's what development application is. So you're giving an application, and this is just a part of application. So you're given a document, and there will be other documents included here as well, but this is just a engineering document you're given and saying that these are the details what we'll be building there. And what council does is council will assess these plans and see if that's feasible or not, if see if it is right within standards or not, and then approve that, and they can build it. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so yeah, I hope this was a bit informative to you. And now, lastly, I just want to show you one more thing. Yeah, if you go in that standards, sorry, so that drainage, no, sorry, AS1300, sorry, AS3500, yeah. If you open that, so this is one type of standard. Okay, so there are different standards in Australia. So this is one of them. So this is mainly used in stormwater drainage design. Okay, so if you go in contents, please, if you scroll down a little bit, yeah, scroll down. So yeah, you can see here. So these are the contents there. So how you can size water services, what materials you use, what are the cross connections you can have, and what backflow you can have or you can't have. All these details are given here, and you refer to these kind of standards and design it. Okay, and also whenever you're constructing as well, you refer to these standards. So yeah, this is one type of standards. We'll just quickly scroll through, so yeah, if you can just scroll down a bit. Yeah, scroll down. Just wanted to show you guys, because this is not a free document, so this is a paid document. If you're a student, you can get it for free, but if you're not a student, then you have to pay for this, and you have to get a subscription to get these documents, so that's why I just wanted to, probably most of you guys haven't seen this, so I wanted to show you this one, so yeah, if you go down, so there are different codes that's used, different, it's a big document. I feel nobody will be able to remember this in one go, but once you're used to it again and again, you'll be knowing it, so yeah, we'll just go through easily, yeah, that's fine. Just scroll down. Oh yeah, you can scroll in the bottom now. Like there will be references and appendix, So these are the sections. Like for example, you can see there 3.5, 3.5.1. So that's like a clause, So section 3.5 and 3.5.1 are the clauses there. So that's how you remember the things. So you can scroll down in the bottom and we can see some appendix. Just go straight to the bottom. Yeah, a little bit up, a little bit up. Yeah. So yeah, you can see there some appendix there. So what amendment it has, and you can scroll up a bit. Yeah, so that's one of the appendix there. So that gives general. So if you want to do any disinfections, if you go down a bit. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. So you can see there cleaning and disinfection of storage tanks. So you get details of that specific storage tanks from here, how you clean it and how you disinfect it. Okay, so yeah, those are the information you get from the standards, and it helps you a lot, So we'll be learning about that more and more in our classes. I just wanted to give you a rundown of that, okay? So yeah, that's there. And the softwares we use, okay? So quickly, yeah, so if you um, so for example, if you open that detailed survey plan, sorry, detailed survey CSV file, yep. So this is a survey file, okay? So basically, you get all these survey data, right? From surveyors. Okay, these are point files, and then you bring into this softwares. Okay, and then you create a virtual surface out of it. Basically, you mimic the natural whatever you see on the ground. You mimic that and bring it into the software, and you design from there, right? So first column is like the point number. Second column is X coordinate. You know how we learned in school like X, Y, and Z? Yeah, that's what it uses here. So X coordinate, and third column is Y coordinate, fourth column is Z, and then fifth column is just a description of what's there, and sixth column is what the line number. So you basically connect, you can see that one there. So you basically connect all of those points, and you can um, create a line. Basically, you can create a road out of connecting all of those points, you know. So yeah, that's how survey works, and then we'll be learning more on that later on as well. Just wanted to show you a bit. But yeah, um, these are the things there. What I want to share one more thing is the softwares we use. The most important one is 12D, and I think yeah, I think 12D is really helpful for you guys. It'll help you a lot in finding a job as well as because a lot of companies they need experience in 12D because yeah, like they don't want to. Everyone's busy, so it'll be really hard for someone to teach you from scratch. So that's why they want people to know basics of everything. Yeah, and that's what we are going to cover, the basics of everything. I know this sounds a lot of things here, but we're trying to cover as much as we can in short period of time so that you have different opportunities there in the market. You're not just looking at just one. If you focus on just structural, which most Southeast Asian people do. I feel like all these people from like overseas degree, they are more focused in structural. They just think that civil is just structural and more focused on there itself, and which limits their opportunity. And that's why I want to teach drainage, stormwater, road design, structural as well. Yeah, so that gives you wider range of job opportunities, right? So yeah, I want to focus on that, and I feel I want to help you guys achieve your dreams as well. And I was in the same place there before, right? So I understand how it's hard not getting a job. So yeah, thanks for that. But before we move on to these slides, I just wanted to ask people, do you guys have any questions or anything about the softwares we learn about Australian standards or anything at all? Do you guys have anything you want to ask? Just for me, yeah? Like just talking about whatever we learned before.
Hey, Mitch.
Sorry, yeah?
Hello, hi. I got a question. I mean,
Yep.
is it enough time to like learn all of it? Like, all the softwares and
Yeah.
all?
So see, like we're not going everything in depth, So you don't even need that in depth. So what we are going through is we're going through basics, so you understand the overview of it, and then you can do things, right?
Yeah.
So we'll be learning on that. That what makes you capable for jobs as well, like entry
Yeah.
level jobs. If you're
So,
applying mid level to high level jobs, obviously you need detailed information. But if you are going into entry level jobs, like these surface level informations, and then the things I teach, like industry knowledge things, it'll help you a lot. So yeah, we can cover most of these.
so we'll be given like, enough practice task
Exactly. So I have.
right? Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I have couple of projects there. So I give out to you guys so you can practice, and we do those projects in house as well. Like I'll do it myself with you,
Yeah.
and you install the softwares as well. I'll
Sure.
let you know how to install these softwares, and then you can use it on your own as well. You can do it on your own in your free time as well, right?
Yeah. And one last question. Will be given like, the certificate of completion for this course? Is there any?
So yeah, that's a good question. But
Yeah.
see, like we're not like a Cricos provider, So we're not like all these university or colleges who provide
Yeah.
certifications after that. What we are
Yeah.
trying to do is we're trying to bridge the gap between like industry knowledge and the university or theory knowledge, right? So there is no any certificate on that. But having said that, we can just like
I
give
mean,
you a reference
just to
certificate.
add on, or like resume or something, like
Yeah,
so that like it can help, like for
yeah,
near future.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Right.
we can provide you of the details what you've learned and
Yeah. Yeah.
what what you've done, what projects you've done, which you can add in resume as well. So that will be all
Yeah,
discussed in career counseling part. So yeah,
got
having
it.
said that,
Yep.
yes, 100%. Yeah,
Yep. Thanks, man. Thank you. Yep.
that's all good. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, Neha, like, did you had any slides before we moved on to questions?
No, not really. We just wanted to, I'll quickly just explain about the class slots and schedules.
Oh, yeah,
So
that would be
I
good.
do
Yeah.
have one
yeah,
question.
so class is like starting soon. We don't really have a concrete date at the moment, but the pre-enrollments are very open, and we will let everybody know when the class start date is also like already concretely decided. But yeah, pre-enrollment is open, and for scheduling, the classes will be conducted on Mondays and Tuesdays, so just 2 days a week from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And like I said, face-to-face classes is available on ACT. Like our office is in Fishwick. You can come do face-to-face classes there, but if you prefer it online, then online is also available. And for all the other states and territories, online is also viable to join. And like our total course fees was 3,200 before, but we are running a limited time offer of $200 discount. So it's just $3,000 at the moment, and you don't even have to pay the entire amount while enrolling. You can pay in installment payment plans as well. So you can do first installment of just 1,500, and then after 25 days of class starting, you can do the remaining payment. So this is also available. And this is just for limited time only for this upcoming batch. And then after this current batch, I think it's going to go back to 3,200. So like pre-enrollment is like open at the moment. So yeah, these are the schedulings that's available. And then these are some of the frequently asked questions that we used to get from candidates when they called us for inquiries. I think Sojan, I think this first one would be good to share. Like, could you share like your own professional experience and then how it shapes the way you teach and
Yeah,
everything? Yeah.
100%. No, that's a good question. So, see, I'll tell myself, so how I started this journey, right? I came to Australia, and then I studied Bachelor's of Civil Engineering. Okay, so from there my journey started. And then so I got academic excellence scholarship over there from Wollongong University. Yeah, and after that, I finished my studies. Before finishing, I got lucky enough, like before finishing, I could land a job as a graduate engineer, right? And then in that graduate level, what I learned was, I had various, but I didn't have any knowledge on those information, right? So I was into land development and subdivisions, first of all. And then I didn't have that much knowledge back then, because yeah, nobody like these courses were not available there. And then online resources were also not specific to what I wanted to learn, right? So it was a bit hard for me to grasp things, right? So how I learned was I was a very curious person, right? So I used to ask a lot of questions out there. Okay, so I used to ask a lot of questions, and then from there itself, I made notes. I made sure that I did things right. From all of these hard experience there itself, I got into other jobs like residential dwellings, stormwater drainage, residential dwellings, structural designs, road designs, subdivisions, and various other projects I worked in. So I got into that from these experience, and I applied to other jobs, and worked as a freelancer as well, worked into as a contractor itself. So yeah, it helped me a lot to learn these things. And I've done a lot of courses, like engineering courses itself. I've attended a lot of engineering workshops, as well as Engineers Australia meetups. So over there, I've got to catch up with a lot of peers and colleagues there itself, where I've learned from them. So what I wanted, so from these collection of information and everything, I've kind of segregated what's useful in the industry and what's not. So that's what I've prepared those course modules so that it can help you enter the market easily. So that's what my focus is, and also from my experience, I feel I can and I will be able to help you guys land the jobs. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what's my
Uh,
experience is. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Another one that we usually get is like, I have a very basic like I have a very basic laptop. I don't really have an advanced laptop like that. So is there any sort of a pre-software or pre-equipment that I need before joining the training? Or do I need to buy anything? And can you tell me a little bit
Yes.
about the software we'll be
Yeah.
using?
So, like, as a lot of you guys know, nowadays, I guess a lot of these softwares need bigger processing powers. So maybe not Mac. Okay. So if you are using Apple, I don't think it'll work in Apple. Like, it's not because of the specs, It's just a lot of softwares don't work in Mac itself. Okay. So that's one thing. If you are into Windows, it might work in, like, even if you have an old laptop which has a decent graphics card, so you need a decent graphics card, so minimum of like 4 GBs, or even minimum of 4 GBs. If you have NVIDIA graphics, then that'll be very good. Okay, but even though if you have other ones, that's fine. It works fine. It's just it'll be a bit slower. Okay, that's all. But having said that, you don't really need to buy a new one if you have one which you can use. So all these Civil 3D AutoCAD softwares, it can be used in basic laptops as well, right? But other than that, like 12D and civil site design and all those, it'll take a lot of processing power. It'll take a bit more processing power. So maybe what I'll say is minimum of i5s, Intel i5. Okay, and then RAM of 8 GB minimum. Okay, 8 GB minimum RAM, and graphics 2 to 4 GB minimum. Okay, so those are like minimum requirements, I would say. And if you don't have a laptop, uh I mean, if you don't plan in buying one, like, I would suggest it'll be a good investment for you and yourself as well. I would suggest, yeah, please do so. You don't have to buy a new one. You can buy a used one, but just buy something which you can use softwares in, like a bit like gaming laptops are pretty good. If you are into gaming as well as use softwares, so gaming laptops are good. So yeah, I can't really tell you what specific laptop you need. It depends on your budget. It depends on what you can afford and what you can't, all those kind of things. But I would suggest those specs, minimum i5, 8 GB RAM, minimum
Yeah.
8 GB RAM, okay, and 4 GB graphics, okay? Yeah.
Yeah. Another question we usually used to get was, I'm not from a civil engineering background. I actually don't have any sort of academic or professional background in civil engineering. But if I join the course and if I do the training, will I be able to like do the training and then land the job afterwards? Is it going to be like really difficult for me? How is that situation? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, 100%. So this course is designed for people who have no experience, right? So you might have theoretical knowledge, but you don't have any practical knowledge, So yeah, 100% you can join in. If you don't have any experience, if you don't have any confidence that, oh yeah, I can land this job or not, like, yes, that's why we opened this program, and I feel we can help you. So yeah, if you don't have any experience, don't worry, everyone here is the same. I think like everyone here has the same problems, and even me, when I started, I had the same problem. So I'm here to solve that problem now. Because yeah, I will share my knowledge, I'll share my experiences so that I can help you land a job, and I can help you upskill yourself, basically. Like, I can't obviously promise you that job, but what I can promise you that, okay, like, you will have higher probability chance, for getting a job. So I don't want to like fake promises, so I can promise that you can upskill yourself and you'll have a higher probability of getting that job. So yeah.
Yeah. So in this regard, I think we can also add that, as opposed to you doing the job hunting yourself, applying resumes yourself, applications and everything yourself, and then getting discouraged afterwards because you're not getting a call back, it would be a lot easier for you as well if you kind of do it with us, because we are going to be providing you with career counseling as well. And in career counseling, we are going to help you with job search assistance and upskilling your resume, optimizing your LinkedIn profile, just basically in every aspect, however way we are going to help you until and unless you land the job. So in that case
Exactly.
as well, yeah, even if you don't have any prior experience, even if you're not really all that confident, or if you have already been applying for jobs and you're still not getting any sort of callback, it's going to be a lot easier for you with our guidance as well. And another question we used to get was, can you tell me a little bit about the salary expectation for entry-level positions in civil engineering as well?
Yes, this is a most asked question, I guess. Even employers ask it. But to be honest, if you are applying for an entry-level job, like I will say the range out there, but I would not negotiate with employers, first of all. So the range here is around, you start from anywhere between, it depends on companies, but anywhere between 70 to 80. Nowadays, I think because of cost of living and, salary increase, I guess it's been like, 75 to 85 or maybe more than that, I guess. It depends on the job. It depends on the hours as well. But that's kind of the range. You can say like 60 to 80, to be honest. And what I would suggest is, like, if someone asks you about salary expectations, you can just say I'm flexible with it, and I'm happy for the market rate. You don't like say exact number, because yeah, this is your entry level job. You don't want to be like, oh yeah, I want this, I want that. Yeah, you're just there to learn. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, I would say 60 to 80. Yes.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the state as well. Like we discussed,
Yes.
like in NSW Victoria, it's very high, demand is very high, so you can get attractive salaries as well. So yeah, it kind of just depends on which state and territory you currently are in. And another question we used to get was, like one of the candidates already asked, like, will the program cover professional certifications or accreditations? So like Sojan said, we don't really provide like a professional accreditation certificate to you, but we do provide like the certificate of completion, like certificate of training completion to add to your resume. Yeah. So we already kind of discussed about this before. If you want the certifications, we can definitely provide it to you so you can add it to your resume and portfolio as well. And one final question we used to get was, how challenging is it for international candidate to kind of secure a job in Australia, kind of given the pre-existing biases and preconceptions at play? How do you think the biases do they play a role in when it comes to international candidates, or how easy is it for us?
No, see, I think a lot of people have that question, I guess, but it depends on you as well. So, see, you're in a country where English language is native, right? Like everyone speaks English and they've been speaking English, since their childhood, right? So you're competing with them. And what brings down is, even though your resume might be, oh yeah, like perfect and everything, right? So what brings down is your communication skills, how you portray your skills and how you explain your skills, right? So there is no any like bias or anything like that. It all depends on how you can explain yourself. So it's easier for people who are born here to explain themselves or their skills in English language because they've been speaking for a while, right? But for us as international candidates, it's a bit difficult. I know, like even I face the same thing. And as in Australia, the Australian English is a bit hard to understand as well. I guess everyone knows about it now. So there is no any bias that I can feel, but what I can feel is people can't portray themselves properly and they can't communicate themselves. They can't communicate properly and explain their skills and knowledge they bring into the table, right? So what we are trying to do is we want you guys to know about the skills and knowledge that's required in entry level jobs so that you can explain that better, right? So you can explain that in a professional manner and in a proper way, so you can compete with traditional speakers. So I don't think there's any pre-existing biases there. It just depends on how you portray yourself, I feel.
Yeah. And like in a career counseling as well, like we said, we are going to be focusing more on mock interview sessions as well. So both behavioral and technical skill is going to get honed in to our participants. So not only will you get training in the practical training skills, but also in behavior skills as well. How you're going to answer the question and how you can prepare for the questions. And if they ask certain type of question, how you can answer it, what to say, what tone to say it in. So all of these things are going to get covered in the career counseling session as well. So yeah, these are some of the most frequently asked questions that we used to get. So in light of all of this, is there any like further questions or any doubt anybody has with regards to civil engineering training or anything like that? Any participants has like any questions from their side, it would be really great to take on questions. So like, please feel free to like directly ask questions,
Yeah,
everybody is like,
I do have one questions. Like,
yes.
are you guys like teaching about timber design and footing design as well? Because in our like
Yes.
it is very different from overseas, like what we do there, and it is completely different here. And it is like steel beam and timber design, something like it is completely different here. So you are going with the in the details or just like basic?
See, like we don't have, obviously it took 4 years for people to learn in the university itself. So we don't have that much time to explain all the theoretical things. But what I can say is I have the steps to step guide. Like for example, I can show you one of them. So I've collected notes and everything from all of my experiences. So I can show you one. Just give me a sec, yeah. For example, oh, just one moment, and then it'll be a bit clearer for you guys. Okay.
So Jesse, you can share me in chat, right? And then I'll be able to
Oh
share.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, no, I think I've already sent it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, give
So
me a
you can just
second.
open up and go in like third page or something.
Okay, give me
Over
a
there.
second.
Yeah.
Okay. So structural design retaining
Yeah.
was student, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Yeah. So just you can go down, down, scroll down a little bit down more. Yeah, so you can go here up, sorry, a little bit up, one page up. Yeah, there. Yep, there. So basically, like I have all these notes, So here it explains. We won't go through all of them. Like we don't have time to go through all of, because it's all theory part, because we want to focus on structural, right? We want to focus on practical things. So what I can do is I can provide you all these notes and guidance there, so it explains where you can get things, from which standards you get it, all those kind of things there, right? So I provide these kind of informations so that you yourself can design it. And nowadays, like, you need these theory knowledge to understand the software knowledge as well, right? So we'll be doing in software, but you won't be able to understand how it's done, so that's why I'll be providing these notes to you so you can understand how it's done. So for example, here you can see to calculate P max and minimum, that means soil pressure maximum and minimum in footings there. Okay, so you can see in footings there, right? If eccentricity is 0, then you use that formula. If E is less than L by 6, length by 6, length of the footing divided by 6, then you use that formula. So all these informations will be provided to, and these are all collected by me myself. So I've been collecting these things since my graduation, or since my university level, so yeah, it's good access to information as well, and you can't get these type of informations anywhere else. Yeah, is that making sense? Is it a bit clear?
Yeah, it's about footing. So what about like timber. What is
Yeah,
called?
timber as well. Same thing, timber. Yeah, timber design, and also this is footing design, retaining wall design, and there is timber design guides as well, and portals, frame structure, steel design guide as well. Okay, so yeah, those kind of things. I'll be providing those details to you, but we can't go through theory part. It'll be a bit hard. And also they don't expect you to know all these kind of things as an entry level person. They don't expect you to know all of these. They just expect you to know where to find information. And I feel if you do one or two exercises from here, you can get a gist of how to calculate loads, where to find information, which Australian standards to look through, all those kind of things, right? Here you can see tutorial solutions is there. So, this gives you an idea of how things are done, how loads are calculated. This is for retaining wall, but for others it will be different. Yeah, it won't be that different, calculating loads and everything, it will be same. It's just the process will be a bit different, right? Yeah, so those are the things we'll be following, right?
The timber one is also, I think, like it'll be included into the curriculum as well, right? When we are
Yeah,
teaching.
yeah.
Yeah. So does that answer your question, Shiva?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other questions anybody else would like to ask? If there is no other questions, then I think one question I can put forward to our candidates who have joined us is that, is there any reason, for whatever reason, is there like any sort of criteria that you still have doubt when it comes to civil engineering training, or if you still have doubt about whether I should join the training or not, or anything like that? We hope that we have cleared any of the doubts, all of the criterias, and we hope that we have given clear information to you. Like we said, our classes is going to be starting very soon. We're kind of doing it on pre-enrollment basis at the moment. But yeah, finally, is there like anything anyone would like to ask? If not, I think we can just move ahead with wrapping up the session. So yeah, I don't think anybody else has any further questions to ask, right? Okay, so yeah, like we'll be wrapping up the session now. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining the session. Like we said, we hope all of the questions and queries and information is very clear, and you are also very clear on, our training program and the curriculum and everything. If you would like to take on the full curriculum, you can just give us an email. You can just shoot us an email at info@extratech.com.au as well. You can shoot us an email, or you can just directly go to our social media pages as well. It's Extratech. The contact information is all there. You can give us a call as well, or you can shoot us an email, and we'll be happy to send you the curriculum for free, so you can just browse the curriculum as well. And I think we have sent you all the enrollment details as well. So hoping that all the questions and queries are answered, and we hope to see the enrollments very soon. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for joining the session. I think we have one in main chat. Yeah, Subhas has one question quickly. So Subhas is asking, do you also provide training in project management software like MS Project and Primavera? Since I have completed a master's in construction project management, will I be able to secure a job as a project manager? Sozenzi, can you answer that one?
Yeah. So I would go through a bit of project management as well. Yeah, so MS Project is mostly used. Yeah, Primavera is also used here, but yeah, MS Project is mostly used, and some small companies they just use Excel, so they don't really use MS Projects and everything. So if you've done project management in construction project management, like as a project, I don't think you'll straight away go into a job as a project manager. You probably need to go from the bottom, because project manager has to handle a lot of stuff, and you need to have that experience out there, all right? So yeah, you can get that junior project management level roles, or maybe you can get project engineer roles or site engineer roles. Okay, and from there you have built up your experience and you can land your project manager role. Okay, so yeah, I hope that answers your question. And we also teach a bit about project management and PMBOK guidelines and also MS Project. What softwares will we get a license to use softwares, or do we have to buy it? So you get most of the softwares. I'll teach you how to get the softwares. Okay, and then some of the softwares like 𝗬𝗿, it's a bit hard to get it, but we'll be using that remote desktop. We'll be setting up that remote desktop so you can use those softwares which you might need licenses for, right? But yeah, other than that, like AutoCAD, Civil 3D, Revit, all those other softwares, I'll be teaching you how to get that license, so you can get that license. If you're a student, you can get a free license, but even though you're not a student, I'll show you how to get that license, so yeah. And you'll be able to practice on your own as well.
Does anybody else have any further questions? Well, if not, then I have linked the contact details of Extratech here in the chat. Like, you can just give us an email at info@extratech.com.au, or you can just go to our social media pages, get in touch with us via phone as well for any queries or anything like that. But if there are no further questions, I would just like to kind of wrap up the session now. So thank you everyone for taking the time to sit in for the orientation event, for the webinar. It is very much appreciated. We really hope that all of the questions are answered. And yeah, pre-enrollments are open, like we said, and we hope to see you soon with the onboarding process. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.